Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon and good evening from all parts of Africa and the world. And welcome to week 3, which is a continuation of our NTEEP sessions. So before I start, I would like to give a shout out to our sponsors, Nomfro Technologies, Africa's Business, Ubuntu Soft, and Spirit TV. Welcome once again, and I hope you are all well. So today we have a power-packed speaker who I will be introducing in a few minutes, rather seconds. So she will be speaking on the topic, unlocking the potential of the creative industry in African countries. So before I introduce her, maybe I can just give a short biography of who she is. She has a 25-year experience as a permanent journalist for France Television's TV and radio company, where she was appointed chief editor, and a solid reporting experience throughout the Caribbean region. She's been an alumni of the Barbados Community College, University de Bedou, the third, or three rather, Universidad de Navarra, which is in Spain. And she recently made a turn in a professional career when she decided to go for training in Paris at Institut Supérieur des Métiers d'Arts in 2019 in order to fully live to her passion, which is arts, culture, and heritage in the Caribbean. She is invested in bridging professionals of the region, working as an art critic and cultural engineer, and invested in digital meditation on Instagram. So the handle is at Trace Crow, and she is currently a part of a heritage site project dedicated to the Maroon history and heritage in Guadeloupe. She also took part of the making of a short film series of the history of art in the French Antilles, along with the Christelle Lozer PhD, soon available on NHA, which is a YouTube channel. She's been selected as a panelist for the upcoming annual assembly of the Association of Caribbean Museums. She's been awarded a prize for her endeavors, the Global Win Awards 2022 in Antigua. She's also the founder and director of TK Academy. So TK Academy is the first e-learning platform entirely dedicated to the human and social sciences, art history, curating, and museology in the Caribbean, the Atlantic world, and West Africa. So she created TK Academy with the aim of promoting diversity and the teaching of human sciences, art history, museology, and pictorial practices. Her name is Mrs. Nadine PRIAM-PLESNAGE, and we welcome her to this session as she will be taking us through our topic once again, which is unlocking the potential of the creative industry in African countries. Mrs. Nadine, the platform is yours.
Thank you, Nadia, for this outstanding presentation of myself. It's so long. It's like it gives maybe my age. It traces my age, I find. But that was very, very, it struck me, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed entrepreneurs and inspiring business leaders, good morning. At first, as you can see, I wanted to situate myself because actually right now I am in the Caribbean and I am in the island of Martinique, which you see with the little cross here. Is it a cross? Is it? No. This is the Caribbean region, and I am from the French Antilles, and the country's name is Martinique. And it is that's why I am right now. I'm based in Paris, but I originate from Martinique, and it was important to me to show this and tell you this because it's all about the potential of creative industry, what is happening today, this connection between Nigeria and this small island in the Caribbean is typically the power of the culture and industry, and that's what we're gonna delve into. My name is Nadine PRIAM-PLESNAGE, as Nadia said it. And I am a cultural entrepreneur since I launched this e-learning platform a few months ago. And I'm dedicating to promoting art and culture, as Nadia explained it. Share with you today the transformative power of the industry and its impact on actually it has an impact on the economies as a whole. My goal is to highlight the sector presents for the global south of education and training, and demonstrate benefits that come with a creative industry. It's important to understand is that creative entertainment only of entertainment, but also drivers for development. They represent developing countries, invest in those sectors, and we'll see what's the definition, what's the perimeter of cultural economy. Investing in this sector can have a deep and lasting impact, creating jobs, stimulating the local economy, promoting cultural diplomacy, and strengthening cultural identity. It is therefore imperative to recognize and support the crucial role of these industries for sustainable and balanced development. Maybe we can go forward with the PowerPoint. Creating entrepreneurial opportunities in the cultural field can help retain local talent and prevent brain drain. By investing in culture, we create an environment conducive to professional growth, and I think that this resonates with all of us, doesn't it? Let's dwell into an overview of the creative industry, because at that point, I think that you all are like, what is she talking about? What is this creative industry about, and how can it be a business, and how can I make a living out of it? Let's see how the ways and means now. The creative industry encompasses actually a broad range of activities, including arts, culture, heritage, media, design, and much more actually. It is a sector that thrives on innovation, imagination, and cultural expression. This industry is not just about creating beautiful art and entertainment. It is a powerful economic engine contributing significantly to GDP, creates new, plays a vital role in preserving cultural heritage. So what's specific about this industry? How to go? Why does it matter actually? Maybe we could go on. What's the difference entrepreneurship and traditional model? What sets culture apart? Let's move forward with the PowerPoint. Yes, what sets the entrepreneurship apart, and what does it matter? Well, what we should know, if I were to convince you, is that it focuses on culture, cultural and cultural products. And the goal is often to preserve, promote, or innovate cultural context, and we'll see in a while. Meanwhile, the models typically focus services that meet needs and wants, profit maximization. The cultural industry also values Cultural entrepreneurship values cultural impact alongside economic success. Entrepreneurship is often measured by cultural empowerment and community. And if I were to talk about the different economic model, well, primarily shareholder returns measured by revenue, profit margins, and market share. I mean, it's not the case with the cultural entrepreneur. Let's see the third point now. Dynamics. Cultural entrepreneurship operates trends, artistic merit, preferences play significant roles. Often driven by emotional and cultural in the classic way to go. It's in markets driven by price competition and product different. We can answer about innovation and risk. Field, it requires constant and the ever evolving. The risk includes fluctuating trends and the challenge of monetizing creative works. It's really a journey that you go into when you are convinced of it, and when you have like not necessarily a passion, I would not say so, but you have to have a good interest and understand the impact and why you do so. While in the traditional economic model, innovation is crucial, but often focuses on efficiency, cost reduction, and incremental product improvements. Risks are typically financial and operational. Let's see now, let's move on with the slides. Let's see now so that we see the key characteristics of cultural entrepreneurship. That's it now. What does it require to be a cultural entrepreneur, and why should I delve into it? Well, if I'd say that if you have like ideas around a creative vision, an ability to envision and create unique cultural and or artistic products, it's yourself, but your resource, the way you provide with your resources or your product you want to sell, can be intellectual, can be material, can be, we'll talk about it. Yes, you have to have a passion for art or culture or heritage or simply creativity, design, music and stuff. You have definitely, it's necessary to have a cultural sensitivity, deep understanding of cultural context and heritage is needed, ability to engage and resonate with a diverse audience. Community engagement is crucial. You really have to understand why you do so and which impact, what's the part you want to play. Focus on building and maintaining strong relationships with local communities, commitment to show social impact and cultural enrichment. Four, I'll say resourcefulness, ability to leverage limited resources creatively, and skilled in sourcing funding through grants, sponsorship, and crowdfunding. It takes a lot of time to do so, and you have to be really motivated. But it's really great. It's really how should I put it? It's positive. You have a positive feeling when you of business. And 5, flexibility to adapt to changing cultural trends and market, to collaboration and in if I were to go into more details with you about the required skills now, what are the personal skills that are needed if I were to consider going into cultural entrepreneurship? Well, you have to master a specific artistic discipline. You definitely know it, you definitely in-depth knowledge the field you into, because your credibility is also your capacity of running, it be into music, visual art, literature, to be endowed with ability to develop original concepts, understanding of business fundamentals. Well, it's a business management, ability to develop and execute sustainable business. You have to be good at networking, building. Actually, my presence here illustrates so. From the time I dedicate daily to networking, I was able to join with this team here, and I'm here today with you. So networking is crucial. Strong networking skills to connect, whether with artists, patrons of collaborators, ability to build and nurture partnerships with stakeholders. So many soft skills here. Marketing and communication, crucial. Proficiency in promoting cultural products and engaging audience. That means you have to have a good skill of conveying and talking about what you about I was about to say what you sell, but that's it actually. You have to be particularly good at it, because into the cultural sector, able to convince is really important. Digital literacy, digital platforms for marketing, engagement, familiarity with social media and digital content. And last, project management. Projects from concept to complete. The concept really particularly crucial. Master what you want to address. Organizational skills, timelines, and budgets. Well, if I were to that cultural entrepreneurship with business acumen, focusing on impact alongside, yes, because you can be a successful entrepreneur and make a good activity, even though and because it's labeled cultural, you're just a dreamer, but it's not about a dream at all. We move next to the next file, economic data and stuff. Let's talk about industry. Make money, a living out of it. Overview idea. Keep in mind that the creative industry potential for revenue generation. For instance, creative economy generates over 25 trillion million dollars, no trillions annually, and African countries tapping into this wealth. By countries can attract for boost tourism and create stimulate related industries and technology. Beyond empowers youth and marginalized communities by providing them with platforms to express themselves and engage in meaningful work. It promotes cultural diversity and identity, fostering a sense of belonging and pride. Furthermore, the industry encourages innovation and creativity, which are essential for solving many of the challenges we face today. And this is not only words, it's reality. Culture bridges and solves many social issues. And bear in mind, it is central to retaining our youth in their community or in the country. That's important. To harness the full potential of the creative industry, we must prioritize education and skills development. That's one field. For instance, my platform, TK Academy, empowers people working in the culture field, whether it be cultural entrepreneurs or artists or people working in museums. That's the whole goal and motivation for building this platform. It's an e-learning platform providing content and keys of comprehension of what is the Caribbean. It's linked with West Africa and Nigeria. And if you delve into the museums debates and if you have projects around the history of Africa, of the Caribbean, or let's say the diaspora, the African diaspora, well, you need to have one of two basic notions to be effective. And that's what I do with my platform. And my platform is a business. And it is sorry, bear with me with the English, but you pay for it to access most of the content. Actually, a young Nigerian filmmaker collaborates on this platform. His name is Williams Ame, and I asked him to portray the main gods of West Africa back in the days, because spirituality is what connects the Caribbean diaspora with the West African part of the continent. And those are the things one should know when you work in. So what one must prioritize education. Acquiring technical and creative skills is crucial for success in this sector. Platforms such as the one I have pivotal role in making education all, regardless of geographic area, break those barriers and broaden opportunities. We must also capacity building through and workshops for entrepreneurs, learning and adaptation to ensure that our creative profession in competitive and that's what my platform is all about, for example. Investing in the creative industry is viable. Well, let's consider the industry in Nigeria. It generates approximately dollars annually and over 1 million people in the country. Success stories can be found all up, conveys it. Some the university university that exists in Egypt. Those topics are front right now, and they are studied. In the creative industry is incredible, and it has a tremendous. So as I was saying, to give example, about well, Nollywood, that about the fashion industry in South Africa, Ghana, South Africa also. All those national recognition and general I wanted to mention also the fashion industry and Ghana also gaining traction, designers showcasing their work on global platforms. Analyzing the return on investment shows promising results. Often have lower investment, but can yield high to the unique value of culture. One says that when you invest 5 typical pattern within the creative industry and cultural entrepreneurship, but it's not, as I was underlying it earlier, it's about making a living, but it's about having a social impact also. If you are that type of person, know that the social impact of investing in the creative industry is equally deep. It improves community well-being and social cohesion, contributing to national pride and global cultural influence. Creative projects can address social issues, foster peace, promote understanding among diverse communities. Future we can anticipate include significant impact on accelerating sustainability, inclusion within AI, corresponding to our needs, demographic trends. Those are among some the social impacts one can have indulging into that field. It is a field where you have an economic impact, whether it be directly, but most creates jobs, increases wealth tax revenues, and stimulates the development of infrastructure and local businesses. Those issues are really studied right now by UNESCO and the many universities and institutions are really observing this as a central pillar for the global South economy and for the African continent. For example, the UNESCO estimates that cultural and creative industries represent 3% of the world's GDP and employ almost 30 million people globally. The creative industry creates both direct and indirect jobs. I said it already. It increases tax revenue. Well, I think twice, and stimulates the and local businesses. Let's well, I think you know about indirect impact. For example, the rise of film studios in Nigeria and South Africa, but let's say Nigeria, has led, as you know, with the growth of ancillary businesses like catering, transportation, design, and filming, and all of that. Another thing I'm really keen about is about the cultural impact. It's about preservation, promotion of cultural heritage. It's really paramount. The creative industry encourages and this protection and this transmission into legacy of indigenous knowledge. It's very important, and you can have you can run a business um, um, which goal is to preserve an indigenous knowledge in your community or on a more macro point of view, and that's very important. Well, to me, and I think it's really important right now. It's a big issue right now, strengthening regional identities. And as a matter of fact, weirdly enough, preserving and promoting indigenous knowledge and know-how, well, it stimulates innovation because you have to find a way to do so. And very often it's about the tech does help a lot to elaborate your services. So yes, seize the opportunities, study your markets and what is really appealing to you, and invest in education, for example, education for communities and training, leverage technology and innovation, and explore new markets you haven't thought about, or things you wouldn't think it could be a business. The potential is limitless, actually. It's all about creativity and being imaginative. Well, in conclusion, just bear in mind that the creative industry is a powerful force for economic growth for Global South and the continent, social cohesion and cultural preservation. And by investing into it, you give power, you empower your whole community, and you play as an advocate for your country. And yes, you can unlock the full potential of this vibrant sector. I try to convey the skills needed for that, and a global overview of what it's all about and the requirements if you want to delve into it. And I really incite you to consider cultural entrepreneurship for the sake and the well-being of our countries, the Global South. Thank you for listening to me, and I'm now totally available for questions.
Thank you, Mrs. Nadine, for such an insightful session. I am actually considering cultural entrepreneurship now. And to our viewers, I would like to remind you, as you prepare your questions, please do not use hate speech, be respectful in your speech. The session is being recorded and it is a public platform, so please do respect others. On top of that, I would like to remind you of our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We are as at NTEP Connect. Then our website is www.ntep.org. And if you would like to be part of our NTEP community, please do connect with us on connect.ntep. So now we have reached our question and answer session. All those with questions, please do put them in the comment section. And if you have a comment that's not a question, it's okay. You can still put it in the comment section. And the reminder of the registration, please, it will be under the description box at the end of the session. So someone is asking, Musa Uma is saying, what is cultural entrepreneurship all about? We actually talked about that, but maybe because of network challenges, you can just give a brief summary. And then what are the example businesses in this industry?
Okay, so what is a cultural entrepreneurship? Is any business you run within a cultural activity, whether it be music, design, e-learning, empowering a community, preserving a knowledge, an indigenous knowledge. Is about museums, is about visual arts, anything about culture. However, yes, you do have to identify with very good precision what in particular you want to elaborate as a business. Is very important, and you have to be very, very good on your topic. You have to really embrace it, do some researches, and be very good about it. What was the other question? Sorry, Nadia. What is
Sorry, it's okay. So the next question was, what are the example businesses in this industry, like examples of this cultural entrepreneurship?
okay? On a macro level, I cited Nollywood, and the Afrobeat scene. Those are big things, but also, well, we can I can take up, for example, e-learning platforms dedicated to empowerment of communities. Can be schooling for communities through tech. So it's e-learning. It can be preserving, and like you can decide to go into preserving your village's traditions, and it's about, and then you're into like tourism and culture. So you can decide that your village has a specific dance or traditions or whatever, and yes, you can build a business about it, and a business that will have an impact on the whole community. And the characteristic of those businesses is that it's all collaborative. It's not about only stakeholders and associates. It's about engaging and inclusion, including people directly concerned by your choices.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Nadine, for that answer. So we have more questions. Let me just go through them.
I saw one saying that it was risky and competitive.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we think, because the answer to the risky part, I'm really telling you so, the answer to the risky part that you may have lowers when you have a very good and clear understanding of let's say your mission, what you want to do. It's risky when you don't know enough what you're indulging into. And now another thing I've observed, it is a business. So you have to have the basic uh, requirements for running a business. Too often people go into it, and because it's labeled culture, consider that, I know it, I know about it, so I'm gonna do it. No, you have to maybe need some training. As I put it, you have to be very good at digital tools nowadays, and do not consider that because it's culture or labeled culture that you don't need management skills, project management skills and stuff. Plus, you need to have a very strong business plan. Really, those businesses, once everything is clear and
Mm-hmm.
professionally done from the start, before you start, you're going to be successful, and really highly successful. With, in addition, this the feeling of having an impact, the feeling of doing something that is meaningful.
Okay. All right. So, um, Clinton Ebeku then asked, how can governments and policymakers support and promote growth in the creative industry through policies, funding, and infrastructure development?
Oh, the how, I would not be respond to that, because I
Okay.
think the how is just to put money. But that's the policy, what we expect from them, and this the problem is the same in the global south. Well, don't have any, don't think it's only in Nigeria. The countries and the governments in the south do not prioritize culture, but it's starting to inverse right now. Okay, the trend is
Okay.
starting to inverse seriously, actually. And I incite you to go and check and study this issue. The global government have so many what was called developing countries, but I prefer to talk about global south. They have so many hurdles and so many things to address. That's one thing. And the second thing, I think no one so far, and still today, they have not, but they are in the process of understanding the power, the
Mm-hmm.
economic power, and the crucial role that sector will play for our economies, and to retain the youth. So the how is money. Clinton, the how is money. We need money, But now, will we wait? Will we wait on them? That's one question. When if you were to run a business, um, I have to return this question to Clinton. If you were to run a business, would you ask the government, or will you wait for the government to run it or to start it? If you would run another type of business, would you wait on the government to do it? How come when we talk about culture, we talk about, yes, the government does not do this or that? No, it's a business. So find the ways and means, train, study the case. You have people that are now specialized into cultural entrepreneurship. I am one of those, but people on the continent, many of them, you can find them, are specialized on how to build. The thing is about conceptualization first, very important phase. So this question is very important because what is interesting about cultural entrepreneurship, it's all about, it calls upon, I'd say, something, an economic model that looks like us, because it's about collaboration. It's about a collaborative process. It's not about, I'm going to make money by myself with one associate and stuff. It's not like that. It doesn't work that way. It is very inclusive, and it's a field where everyone plays a part, and that's really motivating. And that's what I could say to try to answer this question.
Thank you, Mrs. Nadine. The next question is from Matthew, and he says the mental health in entrepreneurship did not hold. Is there any plan for the class to hold?
The mental what?
Mental health in the entrepreneurship sector did not hold. Like, is there any plan for the class to hold? And there's a similar question from someone else who's saying mental health in entrepreneurship does not hold due to network issues. How do we go about this?
I did not get the first words. Mental health or mental
Health, as in to do with medicals, health.
Oh yeah, oh, I don't get the question. Mental health.
Like someone doing business that's related to mental health, maybe the counseling sessions online, they're saying they do not help. It doesn't help because in Africa, the network is bad. So how does one go about it if they are
Oh,
going through such a business, doing such a business?
okay, I get it now. Okay. You have many solutions now. I won't mention them because it's going to be maybe advertising. Sorry, advertising. Really, you have many solutions now. Also, that's actually it's a very interesting question, because thanks to those small devices available now that you can deploy in remote places, it allows you to run your business staying from where you are based. You don't have to go to Abuja or Lagos or big cities. You know what I mean? One can stay in his village or in remote regions and use those devices. They do exist, and be able to have internet, satellite internet and stuff. And it's not expensive. You have technologies now that are not so expensive. What I would say about cultural entrepreneurship, since it's not new, it's just that now it is frontline. So it takes training. It takes a little bit training, well, to answer that type of demands and needs. Maybe this person has an idea, but internet is crucial. Actually, internet is crucial in any type of activity now. Well, the answers are there. Yeah, there are devices. Yeah. I was in Rwanda in May for this big session on tech and culture, and I saw many devices of that type. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that was the last question. And thank you, Mrs. Nadine. So if you have any comments, please do not forget to put them in the comment section below. Before we close, I'd also like to thank our sponsors once again, Nomfro Technology, Spirit TV, Ubuntu Soft, and Africa's Business. Tomorrow we meet same time, same place, and we'll be having another speaker on another different topic as we continue our training. Please do be there as we finish the road together. Also, please do find the attendance form. below the description box. It will be there at the end of the session. I see there are those questions at the end about the attendance form. My name is Nadia, rather, and I will be seeing you tomorrow again, as I will be your moderator. Thank you, Mrs. Nadine, for the session.
Thanks to you all. Thanks to reaching out, and see you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.